WBA version. There's also the WBC. John Conte had that title taken away from him. Many of you watched Miguel Cuello capture that particular championship from Monte Carlo when he defeated Jesse Burnett. If you're thinking about United States light heavyweights, Richie Cates, Jesse Burnett, and a youngster by the name of Mike Rossman might immediately snap into your mind. They appear to be three of the best, and they're out there now getting their final instructions.
If you look at the two men, they're showing complete respect for each other. Nobody is staring each other down. They're not looking straight into the eyes. They're not trying to intimidate the opponent. They're not trying to say, hey, I've got your number. They have respect for each other.
Waldemar Schmidt, who also in Puerto Rico is a fine umpire. And when major league teams like Cincinnati and Pittsburgh go in to Puerto Rico, he no doubt will be the plate umpire. As a matter of fact, when Frank Robinson was a manager in the Winter League at Santurce in his first game, Waldemar Schmidt kicked him out. The light heavyweight championship for the world. On the right-hand side, Richie Cates of the United States, Victor Galindez of Argentina in the yellow trunks trimmed with blue.
In their first fights, Richie Cates let Galindez dictate the style of the fight by letting himself be pushed against the ropes and dominated against the ropes, which gave Galindez more confidence. Now I see that Richie Cates is following the fight plan that he told me he was going to use. Keep the fight more in the center of the ring, move left to right 2-3 feet, and designate himself as to be the controller of the fight.
Galindez, I think Jerry was inviting him to move in on the ropes and see what his strategy might be, and now they are there in Richie Cates' territory.
Can honestly say we have two beautiful fighters, one a very devastating strong man, the other a good boxer and good puncher. Probably more the stylist of the two is Richie Cates.
Galindez covering, ducking on the ropes. This is a big ring, Jerry Quarry. You measured it off. It's about 24 by 22.
24 by 24 is the largest ring that you can have by any boxing commission rules, and this is about as large as they're capable of putting in any auditorium.
Cates' record 33-2. He has fought once since losing to Galindez, that a victory. Galindez has been out twice, both of course victories. Unbeaten since 1971.
I tend to believe that there won't be that much feeling out because they know each other from the last fight. And I notice right now that there is a slight abrasion under the right eye of Victor Galindez.
We are just about 2 minutes into the first round. Cates leading with that left hand. We'll be pausing for a station break at the conclusion of this round, so we'll alert all the stations along the CBS line.
He's on a good left hand, a right hand by Galindez that did not land, but a right hand that did land there. You see the abrasion that I'm talking about on Galindez's right eye, right under the eye. We talked about that first fight, Brent, and the fact that they stopped the fight for 8 minutes to check Galindez's eye and see if the cut should have caused the stoppage of the fight. I have never in the history of boxing seen a fight stop for 8 minutes for that reason.
It is 11 p.m. live in Rome for the light heavyweight championship of the world. We are 6 hours later than New York time. We are closing out the first round. Galindez with his back to you as the final seconds tick down. And Richie Cates of New Jersey, the light blue trunks and the darker blue trim. Now his back to you. And we now pause for a word from your local stations.
This is CBS.
Round 2 for the light heavyweight championship. Victor Galindez of Argentina on the left and Richie Cates of the United States on the right. I'm Brent Musburger along with Jerry Quarry. We're speaking to you live at Palazzo dello Sport in Rome. Jerry Quarry, the first round.
The first round was, in my opinion, I gave the fight, that round to Richie Cates. And this is kind of starting off like the last fight they had between the two of them. Started off. Cates won the earlier rounds and Galindez came back and kind of dominated the fight after the 10th round.
Galindez seems to be shying over there on that right underneath that eye, Jerry Quarry. What's the problem?
He got butted on the head by Richie Cates. It was an accident. There was no damage done by that, except that he didn't feel it.
Now, of course, that was the controversy in the earlier fight when Galindez started to bleed. And The officials claimed it was a butt. And after patching up Galindez, they brought him back out, and the fight continued.
Richie Cates is using his left hand to great advantage. He has a beautiful left jab, and he's using it for great effectiveness. You see that Galindez is kind of the stronger, meaner of the two, and I see just a trickle of blood somewhere over the left eye or by the left eye of Victor Galindez.
Cates stalking him.
Strong left hand by Richie Cates.
Directly above us. Galindez comes out quickly with the right hand.
Yes, he does.
On the move out.
Cates countered him with two left hooks at one of them straight low.
That was the left hook that knocked out Cates in the 15th. Even though Galindez is supposed to be a strong right-handed fighter.
Strong left hand by Richie Cates there, though.
Cates prefers, Jerry, he said, to do his damage with the left hand. He feels that's the best of his two.
Well, that, without question so far, that is proven to be his best part. The only thing that bothers me about it is that Richie Cates has definitely got to have the stigma of the fact that the man did hit him with a left hook in the first fight that knocked him out. So he's got to know the man can hurt him. Whether he's going to be able to counteract that with his own punch is a matter to be seen.
Jerry, you can see why the butt comes into play against Victor Galindez. When he springs out at you, he ties you up in very tightly with the head. Now, he'll stay away on the ropes, and then he'll come flying out at you, and soon he'll have you in a clinch, and your head is right there.
So that head could be effective there. A good right hand by Galindez there.
Galindez came out aggressively here in the second round, which is coming. Just about ready to start round 3. Victor Galindez's corner. Jerry Coy, what about his strategy of seeming to lull you in and then springing out all of a sudden?
Well, he's kind of trying to give you that little false security that makes you think you're the better fighter, and then bang, he comes out of nowhere and starts banging you with good shots. This is a mark of a champion. He's got the ability.
How'd you score the second round?
I scored the second round dead even. I gave 10-10.
All right, in the first round, you went to Cates 10-9. So Jerry Corey unofficially with a slight lead. Scheduled 15-rounder. Referee Waldemar Schmidt and 2 Italian judges are the official scores here. 10-point must system in Italy.
Galindez threw a good left hook that landed on the chest, but was countered by a good left hook by Cates that landed on the chin.
It is amazing that Galindez has not lost since 1971.
That is surprising, but Argentinians are very difficult people to beat.
Durable, aren't they, Jerry? As Carlos Monzon will show you July 9th on CBS.
Oh, a good left hook by Richie Cates.
Richie slowed right in there and then delivered that left hand.
Yeah, he did. You talk about longevity and losing or winning streak.
Good flurry by our champion.
Good one. Carlos Monzon, the middleweight champion of the world, has not lost a fight since 1963.
I think I almost called Galindez Valdez that time. Victor Galindez of Argentina against Richie Cates of New Jersey. Cates from a large family, Jerry Quarry. 7 brothers and 3 sisters. Works with prisoners in the New Jersey state penal system. Very pleasant man.
That is a great tribute to Richie Cates and the fact that he's out to help his fellow man.
And here, he doesn't want to help anybody but Richie Cates. He says, here I come, Victor.
Can you blame him?
Not at all. For the light heavyweight championship of the world and all the honor and money that could go along with it. About a minute left. We are in the 3rd round.
He's fighting a very good fight, in my opinion, right now, Brent. He's got control of the fight. He's using his left hand, and he's dominating or dictating the style of the fight.
How about how he's using the ring, Jerry Quarry?
He's in the middle of the ring, which is exactly the way he has to fight the man to win the title. If he lets the man pressure him and put him against the ropes, he will not win it.
Why are some fighters like Cates more successful in the middle than over there where he's got him now?
Because the other man will gain confidence against the ropes. If he knows that he can do what he wants to, pushing the man against the rope, then he will win the fight. But he got hit a good right hand by Cates there, and I think that right now the tenor of the fight is being designated by Richie Cates.
30 seconds left in the 3rd round. Again.
Good right hand by Galindez, and then stung Cates.
He is hurt over there. Hovering out now here in the 3rd round. Galindez moving in with a flurry in that neutral corner. Coming with the right hand. It stunned him. Plenty of time left.
Cates is being smart over there. He's letting the man punch himself out. He's not being hit with anything that's solid. He's blocking him with his shoulders, his glove, and kind of not taking it solidly.
A flurry as the bell. Live back in Rome, looking at Richie Cates and Jerry Quarry. He did not appear to be seriously hurt at all. And how did you score that round?
That punch, the last punch that Galindez landed, in my opinion, gave Galindez a round. It was a comparatively even round with nobody dictating who was going to win it until that one punch.
Change of pace action next Saturday on the CBS Sports Spectacular. The Poker Championship, $340,000 at stake. That'll come from Las Vegas. And here you're watching the light heavyweight championship of the world. Richie Cates of the United States against Victor Galindez. Galindez on the left, out of Argentina.
Well, there's no question in my mind that Richie Cates is the better boxer of the two men. Now, whether he is capable of winning this title all depends on what he has in his heart. If he has it in his heart, then I think he's got the ability to win it.
Galindez, obviously, Jerry, an opportunist, as he showed at the end of round 3.
That he is probably one of the strongest light heavyweights that have ever lived. For a man 175 pounds, look at the upper body structure of this man. He's heavyweight all the way from the waist up.
Both men settling in for the long haul. Scheduled 15 rounds.
A left hook that was a glancing blow went partially off the glove of Richie Cates.
Cates slightly taller, as you can see.
And taking advantage of the reach that he does have.
Effectively using that left hand.
Good right hand, but Galindez was pulling back from the punch. It didn't land solidly.
Back again in the center of the ring, as Jerry Quarry has pointed out. This is where Richie Cates wanted to wage this battle.
And that's where he has to wage the battle. He cannot let the man use his strength and push him against the ropes and dominate the fight.
Obvious upper body strength advantage by Victor Galindez. You can see those rippling muscles, the shoulder blades of a fullback or an offensive guard.
Look at the size of his back, his shoulders, and his lats.
Two light heavyweight champions, Jerry Quarry, out of Argentina right now. Miguel Cuello, and here you're watching Victor Galindez with his back to you.
And you notice that when you watch Miguel Angel Cuello defeat Jesse Burnett, Miguel and Victor Galindez are built very similarly.
They have never fought each other. Inside of 30 seconds, about 20 seconds left now in round 4. Live from Rome, Italy. This the arena where a young man by the name of Cassius Clay won a gold medal for the United States in 1960.
He proved he was the greatest.
You got to get off of that. I've got to give you somebody else to impersonate. That's the end of the 4th round. The light heavyweight championship for the world at stake. The crowd looking out at the Palazzo dello Sport. Out here, hard by the Olympic complex, just outside of Rome. And such a big day in Rome because tomorrow they're going to canonize an American, Father John Newman, the first time that an American male has ever been canonized. That going on in the Vatican. So Rome right now filled with tourists, many from the Philadelphia area because that is where John Newman lived.
We're going to have our first American saint.
So Galindez on the left-hand side, and Richie Cates of the United States, he has now gone to the left. We are in round 5. Jerry Quarry, how did you score the 4th?
I gave the 4th round to Richie Cates.
So you have Cates slightly ahead, giving him 1 and 4. Galindez 3 and 2 even, if I recall correctly. And of course that unofficial, Waldemar Schmidt, and the 2 Italian judges sitting at ringside.
The way I have it exactly is 2 rounds for Cates, 1 round for Galindez, and 1 even, Brad Musfager. That's unofficial, but that is my opinion. The Cates is fighting the type of fight he has to fight. He's dictating the style of the fight. He's keeping it in the center of the ring. And any time that somebody's against the rope, it's Galindez. It's not Richie Cates. Good left hook by Cates.
definitely his best hand, isn't it, Jerry?
As the audience is applauding his abilities.
With the flurry, took the champion over to the ropes and then came away.
Richie told me before this fight, he said, I'm going to take the light heavyweight championship back to the United States.
Good block that time by Cates with that right hand. If you like to score at home, as so many do unofficially, try separating around into 1-minute segments. Sometimes a bit easier. Minute 45 into this, the 5th round.
But again, that is very difficult to do, Brent. You know, you look at the in the entire boxing picture, most of the champions are not of the United States. They are not from the United States. The only one that we really have that is a designated champion is Muhammad Ali, and he's the heavyweight.
Galindez coming off with a strong left that time. Jerry, look at the back on Galindez. He has some rope burns there.
And he's been against the ropes, and that's the style that makes Richie Cates the favorite in this fight as long as he can keep Galindez there.
Good flurry by the champion right now with 30 seconds to go in round 5.
Good left hands by Cates and a good defensive maneuver by Victor Galindez by spinning out.
$15 seconds. Schmidt separates the two. We are coming to the end of the 5th round. The European press, hard by ringside in Rome, watching this light heavyweight championship. We are beginning the 6th round, and Richie Cates doing a magnificent job so far. Jerry Quarry, you have him ahead.
He's dictating the style of the fight, and Galindez, surprisingly, is letting him do just that. If he wants to keep his title, he's going to have to change the style now. This is the 6th round, and he's going to have to start the change now.
Galindez looking for that opening, and then Cates standing there and using that left hand so effectively. Remember, it was the left hook that knocked Cates out on Johannesburg. And Jerry, that hook was thrown coming off the ropes, too.
Well, it was, but up until that point, Galindez had been the aggressor in the last few rounds of the fight. While swinging a left hook by Galindez, it did not land, but he was hit with the jab before he threw that punch.
He's trying to throw that left hook off of Cates' jab, Jerry. That's what he was trying to set up that time, and as you pointed out, misfired on it.
He's throwing counter punches, but he's a little slow with his counters.
He sure is. In fact, you know, he looked just a bit tired to me earlier in this fight. I was kind of surprised.
I don't know if he's really tired, but I think he's more frustrated than tired.
Cates with the strategic fight. We're a minute and a half now into the 6th round. Cates not happy with that warning.
Now, a little complaint. I don't think he was warned. I think he was complaining more of a low blow over there.
Galindez just looks tough, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. And there's another hit.
There it is. He's bleeding over the right eye. He is bleeding. He was complaining to Waldemar Schmidt.
That he was.
Cates went in on him. He was complaining that it was a butt again. Here in the 6th round, something similar to what happened in Johannesburg. And again, Galindez saying to Waldemar Schmidt it was a butt. And now the focus will go to the corner for Galindez.
I think there was
50 seconds left in this round, Jerry.
I think it was a butt, but I think it was an accidental butt. The left hook to the body by Galindez, and I think he now knows he's got to take the fight to Cates.
He has come on here. After complaining, he was trying to spin Cates back into that corner, which is where he wants to fight. 25 seconds left in the 6th round. Waldemar Schmidt, the only man who can stop the fight. He can ask for a doctor's advice, but a doctor cannot stop it.
No,
And Schmidt, watch that cut.
the cut is in the corner of the eye. I don't think it's that bad, but Galindez is responding to it a little bit like it is a devastating cut. I don't think it is.
Shaking his head.
Oh,
Come
good.
back two-fisted.
Good left hook by
The end of the 6th round. And now the cornermen for Galindez have got a job to do. Galindez ready to start the 7th round. Jerry Corey, what did they do above his eye?
Well, they used the cut and applied some pressure, some ice, and probably some adrenaline above the right eye of Galindez and told him to go out there and start taking control of the fight.
Jerry Richie Cates' corner gave us thumbs up. Very pleased with how things have gone. Scheduled 15-rounder for the light heavyweight championship of the world, the WBA version.
Well, he's got to be satisfied with his own performance. He is in control of the fight, and at this point, if it continues like it is, there's going to be a new light heavyweight champion.
So pay particular attention now to the head when they are yanked in close, because that's what Galindez has been complaining about.
Right, and I think he's trying to respond by using his own head inside to see if he can cut Cates.
Cates opening up with that left. You can see him pawing away with that advantage of reach, moves him to the center. Now Galindez tries to come underneath.
Good left hook to the body by Galindez, partially blocked by the arm of Richie Cates. You notice, look at the size of the neck on Richie Galindez. I don't know if he got hit solidly on the chin whether he'd go down or not.
Directly
Good
above
left
us,
hook.
and Cates
It
was
landed a little bit low by Richie
Yes,
Cates.
it did. Cates very aware of that left hand, Jerry. At that time he was able to block it with his right. A good defensive maneuver.
He's definitely paying attention to that left hand because he got hit with it in their last fight.
I guess that's something you indeed remember.
Got to. Anytime it says lights out, you're going to pay attention to it.
Round 7.
The cut above Galindez's right eye is not showing much blood at all right now, so the corner did a very good job on it. Cates has control of this fight. He's keeping Galindez off balance throughout. He's using his left hand to a great extent, and he's taking advantage of his own ability.
Cates was able to move to his left very well that time, Jerry, and circle back around.
He's doing a superb job of boxing this man. As of right now, there's no question in my mind that he's going to take Galindez's title, unless something changes.
Coming to the end of the 7th round, we are live from Rome, the light heavyweight championship of the world. A lovely American girl at ringside, Charlie Quarry, beautiful wife of Jerry Quarry, who is seated alongside me. She has been enjoying herself in Rome. She qualifies for the Shoppers Hall of Fame the last couple of days.
I'll tell you one thing, all my friends down the sports page in San Diego will love this fight.
Here we go. This, the 8th round, scheduled 15-rounder. Richie Cates of the United States in the blue trunks, and according to Jerry Quarry, unofficially has won every round but one against the champion Victor Galindez of Argentina.
Well, I had one round even and one round for Galindez, and so far that Richie Cates has just dictated the style of the fight, and he has complete control of it.
Galindez suffering a cut above the right eye 2 rounds ago.
Another.
Complaining about it again, and Richie's just coming right in on him. At the rules meeting today, Richie's corner mentioned this possibility. It was brought up to referee Waldemar Schmidt. Trace of blood again. Cates coming in low with the left and then up high, Jerry.
He's, in my opinion, doing a very tactical job, a good job of it. The other man is complaining, and I don't see any reason for complaint. Good right hand. No damage done with it.
Minute and a half into the 8th round. Now Cates will try to circle out of there. Place he does not want to be.
Taking a look at Galindez's eye, the cut is not a bad cut. It's just a slight laceration. It's more of an abrasion than a deep cut. So his complaints are unfounded.
It was such a letdown for Richie Cates in Johannesburg. He thought it was over in the 3rd round. And here tonight in Rome, a different Cates. He continues to pressure, not taking a thing for granted. And with that left hand scoring again.
Although Galindez is the champion, Richie Cates is the better fighter of the two. There's no doubt in my mind.
Inside of a minute left in the 8th.
One punch can change the tide of anything happening out of here when these guys are this big.
174 pounds apiece. 79 kilos. Waldemar Schmidt gets him separated and said, let's go. Cates trying to go to the right hand. Flurried by Galindez. The champion comes up.
Good punch, but nothing bothered Richie at all. Another good right uppercut.
Galindez trying to yank him in on the ropes that time.
They're not landing with any distinct power.
We have come to the end of the 8th round. The 9th round ready to begin. Richie Cates of the United States out after the light heavyweight championship. And the man he has to take it away from, Victor Galindez, on the right. And Jerry Corey, unofficially, you have Cates ahead.
Yes, I do. But there's a lot of fight left, so we can't, nobody can say anything right now. Good left hook by Cates. That's exactly what he has to do to stay on top of this fight.
I think they gave Galindez a shower between rounds. Look at the water just pouring off of him.
It's quite true. That was strictly to refresh him, kind of bring his attention to what he's doing.
11:30 in Rome. And let me alert all of our stations that we will have a break at the conclusion of this round. And next week on the Sports Spectacular, the Poker Championship from Las Vegas. Two-handed attack.
Good shots by Galindez, just like he's trying to regain control of the fight. Which he's going to have to do to retain his title.
A minute and a half into the 9th round.
Victor Galindez did not become champion by letting rounds slip away. Believe me, he will be in this fight.
The left hand of Richie trying to set up the right. Galindez getting spun with his back into the ropes. Conditioning becoming a factor.
Slip away. Believe me, he will be in this fight.
The left hand of Richie trying to set up the right, and Galindez got him spun with his back into the ropes. Conditioning becoming a factor. Again, it is that irritant from the left hand. Out of frustration, I think Galindez just shrugged after that attack, and Cates with both hands.
But nothing landing at all. Everything on the arms and the gloves.
Now the judges will look, Jerry, for the effectiveness of the punches as Galindez comes up.
Galindez is throwing punches, but everything was blocked again.
Wide with that hook.
Galindez has already proven his ability to be able to punch at any time during a fight by scoring a 15-round knockout over Cates last time. We know that he can punch in the latter round. We don't know about Richie Cates.
Cates said Galindez was relentless from the 8th on in Johannesburg. 25 seconds to go in the 9th round.
Not a mark on Richie Cates, so he looks cool and calm and like he's got it together.
Almost from behind, that one punch by Galindez has Cates on the ropes now.
That's
They're
where Cates
spinning
does
each
not
other
want to
away as we close out round 9. And we now pause for a word from your local station.
This is CBS.
The opening massive.
A headbutt by Richie Cates in the corner that time. No question about that. And he's warned by Oliver Smith. Good left hook by Galindez inside. Bends him out, but Richie Cates goes right with the flow.
Minute and a half into the 10th round. Monzon and Galindez, the middleweight championship, July 9th on CBS.
That'll be an exciting one, but we've got an exciting one here, and I think it's going to get more exciting as we close to the end of the fight. Good left hand by Cates. He should be using that left hand. A good right hand by Richie.
That was his best right hand.
That it was, and it did nothing to Galindez.
Galindez, the Rock of Argentina. Coming on here as we come down the stretch in the 10th round. 50 seconds to go. Jerry Galindez can set himself when he throws that left hand, too.
That he can, but he's telegraphing it himself when he does it.
How does he telegraph it when he sets that left foot?
He sets himself before he throws the punch. You're supposed to set yourself as you're throwing the punch.
25 seconds left in the 10th round.
This is giving Richie Cates a warning that the punch is coming, and that's why he's not getting hit with it solidly.
Waldemar Schmidt bringing him back in, encouraging the action. The closing seconds of the 10th round. Over in Galindez's corner. The 11th round gets underway, and Galindez comes across the Cates corner and meets him. And there's no question the champion has started to come on strongly here.
Right.
We are reporting live from Rome. I'm
Good left hook
Jerry
by
Corey, light heavyweight championship of the world.
Maybe he feels his title is in jeopardy, and he's coming out to kind of redeem himself. I've got the fight
in Johannesburg was the
right.
last 5-6 rounds.
I've got the fight scored 5 rounds for Cates, 3 rounds for Galindez, and 2 even. So the fight is definitely in the balance with these last 5 rounds. Again, Cates is being the aggressor, and Galindez cannot afford him that opportunity.
Jerry, how much strength does Richie Cates have left, particularly in that right hand right now?
I think he looks like he's a left hook that was low by Galindez, but I think Cates is very strong. There's no question about that. But now whether he can equalize the strength of Galindez is a matter to be seen now.
A minute and a half into the 11th.
Cates is definitely not the fighter he was earlier in the fight. He is showing signs of being a little weaker. That left hook was partially blocked by Cates' glove, but that right hand was not.
Got through with that. Both men down flat on their feet here in the 11th. Cates trying to come up on his toes. He did there briefly, and Galindez with the right hand.
Right hand was a defensive shot, but didn't land with any power. That one left hook did.
Left hook did, Jerry.
They had another left hook, but in exchange of left hooks, Cates actually had the better of the left hook, but Galindez is challenging him now. A right hand and left hand by Galindez, both landed effectively.
30 seconds left in the 11th.
Good left hook by Galindez. That didn't land that solid, but he started to show that he's showing the offense now.
Closing seconds of the 11th round. Galindez backs Cates into that.
And he hurt Cates with that left
no
hook.
question about it, Jerry Corey. The champion has taken charge. Over in Galindez's corner, as we get ready to start the 12th, he got a rub down, massage over there from his handlers. He's on the left-hand side. He's the light heavyweight champion of the world, according to the WBA, and he's come back strong here, Jerry.
That he has, but he got hit a good right hand to the body, followed by a left hook by Cates. Now the fight is in the balance right now. It all depends. Cates had the earlier sessions, and Galindez is coming back, and now it's going to depend upon who wants to fight more.
Galindez showing he wants it right there with that flurry.
And he does. I've got the fight scored now 5-4 and 2. Richie Cates ahead, but Galindez coming on strong.
The 10-point mark system being used in Italy. The referee and 2 judges doing the scoring.
Good right hand by Galindez.
Jumps out with a left.
I think he did hurt Cates with that shot. Yeah,
Yes, he
no
did.
question about it. Cates is leg
struggling over there on the ropes here in the 12th round. Galindez senses it.
A strong fighter. Very strong fighter, Victor Galindez is. A good right hand by Galindez again. Trying to make Cates coming in, and he's
Cates
taking
in
control
trouble.
of this fight. Cates seems to be keeping his cool about the thing.
Here's Galindez going to work
Right hand on that chin. And no question about it, he's hurt.
Galindez heading backed away. We've got a minute and 7 seconds left in the 12th round, and Richie Cates in trouble.
Richie kind of remembers this, saying he was there before.
Galindez is just teeing off now. He's right hand. He's got everything he's got.
Richie is tired. His legs seem to be very wobbly. Can he stand up under this continued attack?
Grabbing some time. Crowd unhappy. With 40 seconds to go. Boo the maneuver. Richie Cates. Galindez trying to get it over here in the 12th. He may be a little bit weary after the number of punches he threw as he slides free of the right hand.
He may have punched himself out a little bit there, Brad. They are both tired.
Definite exhaustion in the face of the champion.
Galindez showed a big, he just kind of heaved a big sigh like, why didn't this guy go?
Closing seconds of round 12. A strong one for the champion. But Richie Cates appears to have weathered it. Ducks under, hits to the ropes. Stays away from Galindez. And that's the end of Victor Galindez, ready. Richie Cates still sitting in his corner. He weathered the 12th round, and we get ready to start the 13th. The question about Galindez is how much energy does he have left after that two-handed assault? We're going to find out.
He kind of let it all hang out there, and Richie Cates' legs seem to be just tired and kind of wither under the assault. Right now, it appears to me that Galindez wants to win the fight more than Richie Cates does. But we all know in the next 3 rounds that that's all we have left. Richie should be using that left jab constantly right now to keep the man off balance and not let him start his assault.
He's got a tired champion right now, too, Jerry.
That he does.
Back up on top. Galindez's arms are starting to sag just a little bit.
Galindez may be tired, but like you said, he is the champion. And that champion always seems to come up with something else to keep that title.
Now wants the right and the left.
Good
right
left.
again. Cates left himself vulnerable that time, and the champion seized upon the opportunity.
He's taking advantage of every opportunity that has been thrown his way. Good right hand by Case, a good left hook by Case. And that blood is starting to flow.
Blood again over the right eye of the champion.
Starting to flow on Richie Galindez.
Some of the people standing up because we've got action.
We've got action.
We've got action blinking out all over here.
Got action everywhere. This is the title fight, and everybody else wants to kind of grab a piece of that title.
Minutes into the 13th. Scheduled 15-rounder. Galindez knocked out Cates in the 15th in Johannesburg last May. Cates was strong early. And along about the 10th or the 11th round, it was the champion who came back. That cut above the right eye was opened originally in round 6.
Both of these men have really and truly, Brent, exemplified exactly what a champion should be. They showed great tenacity and the ability to stay in there when the going gets rough. Good left hook by Victor Galindez.
Lines him up again.
Look at the legs on Richie Cates. They seemed to tire when he pulled out from that exchange. Good left hook to the body.
Left in the 13th. And it's just a question of how much Galindez has left when he starts one of those flurries.
He's definitely taken over control of this fight, Brent. Should he win this round, I will have him ahead in this fight, and now it will be up to Richie Cates to win the last 2 rounds.
And we have come to the end of 13 in Rome. Champion Victor Galindez ready for the 14th round. Richie Cates, the challenger there. Jerry Quarry, unofficially your scoring.
6 rounds for Galindez, 5 rounds for Cates, and 2 even. And a headbutt by Cates to start the 14th round. Right now, Galindez has taken over control of the fight, and it's up to Cates now as to whether he wants to win this title or not.
Cates coming over to him.
Quick exchange of punches, most of them thrown by Cates.
Cates' corner telling him he must come on strongly in the last 2 rounds.
He definitely has to control it. Good left hook by Cates there. As we got some of the perspiration from both fighters spewed our way.
Still rather refreshing to get some of that moisture over here. It's a little warm in there.
That it is.
Sport in Rome, site of the 1960 Summer Olympics.
Left hook that was really an arm punch. No.
He walked into a left hand that time.
That he did.
Galindez was clenched up and he took a punch.
Did you notice both knees buckle there too?
He was slowed up and he just simply walked right on into it with a minute and a half gone in the 14th.
So far, Richie has taken control of this 14th round. Galindez hasn't done much of anything.
Trying to come back now, Jerry.
Trying to, but not landing anything.
Doesn't seem to have the snap that he had in the 10th and the 11th, but Victor Galindez can come on so quickly with authority.
Well, he has power in both hands, that he's proven so many times.
Unbeaten since 1971. 33 consecutive victories.
Good left hook by him, and it seemed to bother Case. Another good right hand by Galindez.
Jerry, that's why he went right back in. Did not back out of there.
Yes, he did. A good left hook again.
That time was good to the right side of Cates. That hurt him. Cates took that strong left hand, Jerry.
The following punches were blocked, though, so Cates does not seem to be affected by them.
30 seconds left in the 14th.
Now Cates should be sticking that left hand. He's not doing it.
He has gotten quiet. And when he did, he was just pawing without any authority that time.
Richie opened the round strong, and now he left the other man.
That time by Galindez.
But he got hit. Galindez got hit a right hand in the middle of that.
So Cates has weathered a couple of storms, and we have come to the end of the 14th round. 1 to go. And And history repeat. Richie Cates must remember, and so too does Victor Galindez. May 22nd, 1976, a 15-round knockout by Galindez.
Did you notice when they went out to touch gloves, they gave each other an affectionate hug, knowing that it's been a difficult situation for both of them.
Cates out on top of him early, Jerry Corey. They have to respect each other.
Gate will have to go out and kind of dominate this round to win this fight.
Referee Waldemar Schmidt has done a good job. Cates tying him up. The final round for the light heavyweight championship, the middleweight championship on July 9th on CBS. Monstone Valdez, the poker championship from Las Vegas next Saturday on the CBS Sports Spectacular.
You know, this has been an interesting fight between two strong light heavyweights, and I know that Valdez-Monzon fight is going to be just as good, if not better.
Now it is the champion who wants to close and impress the judges and the referee here in the 15th. Sticking with both hands and trying to show some movement. Something that Kenny Norton probably should have done in the early moments of a fight against Muhammad Ali in Yankee Stadium.
Had he done that and impressed the judges, he would have won the heavyweight championship.
Leave a good impression if you can. We are a minute and a half into the 15th round. The light heavyweight championship on the line. Corey with Victor Galindez slightly ahead. Not, of course, unofficial.
But ever so slightly, right. I can honestly say I'm glad I'm not judging this fight. I would not want my decision to be rendered and give either one of these men the victory. Left hook is blocked on the glove.
Cates, and he was able to get a hand up, and Richie looks a bit weary right now.
That he is, and both of them have a right to be weary. Now this is where the champion comes through with his ability to say he wants to maintain his championship and retain the fight.
How tired they were.
We've got about 40 seconds left in this 15th and final round, friends.
Victor Galindez, the champion, coming down the stretch against Richie Cates of New Jersey. "25 seconds. There have been no knockdowns.
None at all, but here Galindez has ripped the right hand and got hit with a hook. We got 10 seconds left.
Final seconds, the crowd appreciating what has been a fine light heavyweight championship fight. It has come to an end. They have gone the distance. Victor Galindez and Richie Cates with respect for each other, hugging each other. We are back now live in Rome, awaiting the decision, and then we will be leaving quickly. But let me say that the crew from CBS had traveled from New York. Walter Pyle, Perry Smith, Sandy Grossman, Bob Dunphy, and Dave Berman, who joined us, did such a marvelous job, and what good fun we had over here. And what a great fight we saw, Jerry.
It was a fantastic fight, and let me tell you, they fought for 15 rounds, and that's what people should see in boxing from here on in. If we had fights like this for all the time, boxing would never get a bad name.
Galindez over, accepting the applause from the crowd. The weary warrior.
They just gave him a chunk of ice to chew on, and I know it had to cool him off a little bit.
Waldemar Schmidt now is picking up the scorecards. His own, of course, and the two judges. All over in Galindez, who's over there now in Cates' corner. And here comes the announcement. Richie Cates goes out to the center of the ring. Now he walks over to us. So Galindez gets the first call. One judge has gone for Galindez. And there's the second one. And Victor Galindez has successfully defended his light heavyweight championship here in Rome. Victor Galindez the winner. And so for Jerry Quarry and all of us here in Rome, and the light heavyweight champion Victor Galindez and Pat Summerall. This is Ron Musburger saying so long for the CBS Sports Spectacular.
The Sports Spectacular is a presentation of CBS Sports.
Step